George Washington, first U.S. President. Born on February 22, 1732, in Westmoreland County, Virginia, George Washington grew up as the eldest of 6 siblings. Raised on the family's tobacco farm, young George was initially homeschooled before attending a local school. He quickly developed an interest in mathematics, surveying, and map-making. When Washington was 11, his father, Augustine Washington, passed away, leaving much of the property to George's half-brothers. The young boy's ambitions to study in England and pursue a career at sea were curtailed by his father's death, pushing him to instead work on the family farm and develop skills in surveying. At 17, leveraging his self-taught skills, Washington was appointed the official surveyor for Culpeper County. This job allowed him to travel extensively, buy land, and grow his personal wealth. By his early 20s, he owned thousands of acres of land. Washington's military career began when he was appointed as an official emissary to the French forces in Ohio in 1753. The next year, during the French and Indian War, he was instrumental in a British victory at Fort Necessity, despite facing defeat later. His journals from this period would be published, granting him a reputation for leadership and bravery. In 1759, Washington married Martha Dandridge Custis, a wealthy widow with 2 children. They settled in Mount Vernon, where Washington became one of Virginia's most prominent landowners, managing a vast plantation. Despite his British military service, Washington grew frustrated with British policies and taxes. Elected to the Virginia House of Burgesses in the 1760s, he became a vocal critic of Britain's actions. By the time of the First Continental Congress in 1774, Washington was a leading voice for the colony's rights. When conflict with Britain ignited, Washington was appointed Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army in 1775. Despite facing an experienced and well-equipped British army, Washington's leadership, tenacity, and strategy led to key victories, most notably at Trenton and Yorktown. His perseverance and ability to keep the army together, especially during the harsh winter at Valley Forge, showcased his unyielding commitment to American independence. After the Revolutionary War, Washington hoped to retire. However, his country called on him again. He presided over the Constitutional Convention in 1787, where the U.S. Constitution was drafted. Recognizing Washington's unparalleled leadership and popularity, the Electoral College unanimously elected him as the first President of the United States in 1789. Washington's 2 terms in office set many precedents. He stabilized the young nation, oversaw the creation of a strong central government, and quelled the Whiskey Rebellion. Choosing not to seek a 3rd term, he delivered a farewell address that warned against permanent alliances with foreign powers and political factions at home. After his presidency, Washington retired to Mount Vernon. He spent his final years managing his lands and reflecting on the young nation he had helped birth. On December 14, 1799, George Washington passed away. His legacy as a military leader, statesman, and the first President of the United States remains deeply ingrained in the American psyche, representing leadership, integrity, and vision.